What is going on, guys? Norganize7 here, back again with another YouTube video, and today we have returned with Rumor Times. We haven't done a Rumor Time in a while, and by a while I mean likely over a year. I don't think I've done these in a long time, but anyways, we're back with some Rumor Times today, and today we're going to talk about some big news regarding some management spots regarding the Flyers, the Canadiens, the Canucks, regarding JT Miller, regarding Brock Besser, regarding a potential Patrick Kane trade, and then we're going to discuss some rumors with Michael Del Zotto. So first off, if you're new to the channel, you have not already subscribed, please be sure to do that. I really would appreciate it. The subs have been rolling lately. We've been doing great. These rumor times statistically do very good, so I'm hoping this does well. So anyways, I won't waste any more of your time. Let's get into the rumors. So we'll start off here with some discussions about Vancouver and their interim GM spot. Right now, Jim Rutherford, I think, is basically the interim general manager. I don't think he is the permanent general manager. If he is, then you can just exclude those rumors out of it. But anyways, per Elliot Friedman, the Vancouver Canucks both have interest in Marc Bergevin and Scott Mellanby for the GM job. Marc Bergevin, the former GM of the Montreal Canadiens. Of course, the Canadiens went on a run to the Stanley Cup Finals last season, and now they've kind of flopped. And there's been so much discussion where, like, oh, was Montreal just hot at the right time, and that's how they made the playoffs? Or was it a legitimate cup run? Now, for me, I feel like it was kind of a legitimate cup run, but they kind of did get hot at the right time as well. And when you think about it, every single playoff team gets hot at the right time. You're basically saying that for everyone. And I feel like with Montreal, how bad they've been is because they've lost so much and so many of their guys are injured. That's the big thing with Montreal. So it's not like it's Bergevin's fault. Bergevin's made some controversial moves with the Canadiens, obviously. But you got to take into consideration here that he did lose a lot of his guys before this occurring. So I think Marc Bergevin wouldn't be a horrible fit for the Canucks job, but we'll see where they go with that. But Scott Mellanby as well wouldn't be a bad job as well. I don't really have too much of an opinion on him. I can't think of where he was the GM before he got fired. I'm not too sure, but anyways, those are the GMs right now running for Vancouver. Now next up here, we got some stuff to discuss about the Philadelphia Flyers. Per Elliot Friedman, Philadelphia coach options will be Rick Tocchet, John Tortorella, Jim Montgomery, Travis Green, and David Quinn. Now, Rick Tocchet, I feel like is the most likely out of all of those. Coming from a Flyers fan myself, living in the Philadelphia area, I feel like Tocchet is literally the definition of a Flyer. I feel like Tocchet should truly be this next team's coach. Even if, like, we see someone who is better, I feel like it should be Rick Tocchet because he is a true Flyer at heart, if I'm being honest with you. The other option is John Tortorella. I don't like Tortorella as a coach. I feel like lately he's been a bit controversial in the media, and like when you look at Columbus, everyone wanted to leave, and now that Tortorella's gone, nobody really wants to get out of there, which is a good thing. So I feel like Tortorella could cause issues in the Philadelphia locker room. Jim Montgomery, I think he was the coach of Dallas before he got fired for the alcohol issues. I wouldn't mind him as a coach, but I would probably want to talk him more. Travis Green, I mean, I don't really like his way of coaching. I don't really like that at all. And David Quinn, I feel like he would give less time to guys like Joel Farabee, Morgan Frost, younger guys on the roster, because he did the same thing with the New York Rangers, and now they're getting more ice time, and look at what's happening now with them. So personally, I feel like the best players out of all those options are Rick Tocchet. And we are going back to Montreal once again for another rumor. And it's another Carey Price rumor. Jonathan Bernier, not the goaltender Jonathan Bernier, the journalist Jonathan Bernier, thinks that Montreal should try and trade Carey Price in the offseason. Now, personally, we see all these Carey Price rumors and all these trade rumors and all these people thinking that they should move Carey Price. Are they going to move Carey Price? I highly doubt it. I don't think so, if I'm being genuinely honest with you, because I feel like Carey Price, not only is he a Montreal Canadian at heart, I feel like moving his contract could be difficult, which then again, you'd be like, oh, he's a bad contract, whatever you want to say about that. But, there's just so many factors that play into it. I just don't feel like, and I don't imagine Carey Price leaving Montreal. I don't see it happening, truly. I don't see Carey Price moving out and leaving Montreal, and that's all I'm going to leave it at, to be honest with you. So moving on then, we're going to go talk about the Vancouver Canucks once again, and we're going to talk about JT Miller. Now, JT Miller could very well be on the move. There are plenty of teams that express interest per Emily Kaplan there. So it's interesting here with JT Miller because with the way he plays a very emotional type of game. He scores the goals, gets the assist, but he also racks up penalties, which will cause problems with coaches. I feel like he's a very solid top six forward, and he's probably the biggest Vancouver Canuck right now that could be on the move. So if you're Jim Rutherford or any other interim GM right now for Vancouver, you gotta take these calls and maybe make the right move here. Maybe you want to try and maybe do this rebuild right. Maybe you want to be like Arizona and just be like, you know what? We've been mediocre for years. Let's try and just do a rebuild right and just do away with the old guys like Besser, Miller, maybe even Horvat himself. Do away with those guys and make a legitimate rebuild. And that could be what Vancouver's thinking here, so they got to listen to these calls and make the right move. I feel like they could very well get a first-round pick for JT Miller with the way he plays. Next up here, we're going to move on to some Dallas Stars stuff. Prasad Yusuf. Yes, that is an insider. I've never heard of him. John Klingberg apparently wants $9 million to $9.5 million on the FA market. Wow. That's a lot of money. Now, the question is, you think, is he worth that money? I think he's probably worth 8.59. 9.5 might be going a little bit too much over, but Klingberg is a very solid top pairing, if not top four defenseman. He is very good on that Dallas blue line, and he does not get the recognition he deserves. He definitely deserves more recognition and more credit for what he contributes to that Dallas Stars blue line. Now, is he worth $9.5 million? I don't think so. I think he's probably $8.59 million. But I definitely think he is a very big defender. He's definitely going to get some questions and some very big offers from the FA market this coming offseason, whether Dallas re-signs him or not. Now, moving on here to some Vegas stuff here. We got some stuff regarding cap space because, as you know, Jack Eichel is obviously on LTIR. Everything's been cleared with him except for his contract. Now, Evgeny Dadonov and Riley Smith could be the two trade options to clear salary cap for the Vegas Golden Knights, per Owen Krebs. Now, I feel like Evgeny Dadonov's the biggest guy to get moved there because Dadonov, with his contract that he signed with Ottawa 2 years ago, it's not a good contract, period. So I feel like he is the most likely out of all those players to probably get moved out of Vegas, although Riley Smith definitely comes up second because I feel like his contract, too, does get a little bit risky at times. I think it's like $5 million, or it might be $6 million. It's like $6 million for like 3 more years, I think. So Riley Smith has a very interesting contract, and I feel like they could get some stuff back, although they probably would need to add a sweetener to move those contracts out, obviously. Now, we move on to some Pittsburgh Penguins, Vancouver Canucks related stuff here. As I said before with JT Miller, I said some stuff about Brock Besser. Now, Kevin Allen thinks that the Penguins may trade for Brock Besser. Now, look, when I look at the Penguins right now, they have a lot of injuries. Malkin's out, Gensel's out, a couple other people are out as well. I mean, Crosby's still in there. But then again, you go for a guy like Brock Besser, a top six forward, who, if you put him with a guy like Jake Gensel or even Sidney Crosby for that matter, that could do some damage. Now, the question is, who do you trade back to Vancouver? It would probably be like a first-round pick, most likely. As well as that with at least somewhat of a decent prospect, probably like Pierre-Olivier Joseph, maybe Sam Pullen, maybe you think about trading Drew O'Connor there. You got to consider some stuff if you're trading for a guy like Brock Besser. But if you put Besser in that Penguins lineup, that is lethal. And I feel like if you add him there, I feel like the Pens are really calling it in for a decent playoff run. Because if Getsel comes back and plays well, if Malkin, although I haven't heard much from Malkin, if Malkin comes back and starts playing the way he does, we could see something interesting go down here in Pittsburgh. And we could see a potential dark horse for the Stanley Cup. And I'm being honest there. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, let's talk about the Patrick Kane potential Rangers trade. So Larry Brooks thinks that the Rangers could trade for Patrick Kane. It could be a blockbuster deal. That's interesting because when you look in New York, when you look at all the guys they have Kravtsov, they have Lafreniere, they have Kakko, they have Lindquist, they have Jones. They have a lot of young guys there in New York. They have Shesterkin, they have Georgiev. They have a lot of young guys. And I feel like if you're going to piece a trade together to send Patrick Kane to the Rangers, that's putting the Rangers all in. Absolutely all in. Because you put Kane with Panarin, Strome, Zibanejad, Trouba. That is an unbelievable force. Now the question is, who do you trade back for that? The Blackhawks are probably going to want a guy like Kaapo Kakko, a guy like Vitaly Kravtsov. I would trade Georgiev because Georgiev has not looked that good, although I've heard reports saying that the Rangers, I didn't include this in rumor times, but the Rangers would rather trade for a backup goaltender than moving on from Alex Georgiev. So we'll see some stuff go down here. This could die off because we've seen Patrick Kane rumors before, and they have died off. And we've seen Jack Eichel rumors before with Rangers and died off. So we'll see what happens here. Do the Rangers trade for Patrick Kane? Let me know in the comments below. Now, to end off this rumor time for December 12th, 2021, we'll do another one of these next week if we have enough rumors. I want to talk about Michael Del Zotto. Does Del Zotto want out of Ottawa? And there are some things I've been looking at. I looked at his Instagram because I was looking at a picture to put on the thumbnail. The picture you're going to see on the thumbnail is not good, so I'm sorry about that. But I was looking for pictures on his Instagram. I even looked at pictures on, like, actual Instagram. I didn't look on his account. And there are just zero. And I scrolled down, and I see there's so many Columbus Blue Jackets pictures because that's where he was before he went to Ottawa. So you got to think here, does he want out? And then, no, I'm not sounding like one of those people who's like, oh, my God, Dixie D'Amelio unfollowed Justin Bieber or whatever. I know, it's some weird thing. But it's probably happened before. But anyways, I look at other stuff too, like he got placed on waivers the day before. He got placed, I see like stuff on Puck Empire saying like, oh, there's these tweets where he's not happy with the Ottawa media. There's people who want him out of Ottawa. There's just like, he doesn't post any Sens pictures. I don't think he's ever like, he's hardly played for the Sens at all. It's interesting when you look at it. Do they think about moving Michael Del Zotto out of Ottawa? Let me know your discussions and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you all for watching Friday Sports Late. I really do appreciate it. If you guys could subscribe, that'd be great. My computer should be back this week, which is great. I can announce the giveaway winner on TikTok, and then I can also start working on other YouTube content as well, because I do have some big plans for this channel in the coming weeks. So thank you all for watching Friday Sports Late. I really do appreciate it. If you guys subscribe, that'd be great. And I will see you guys in the next video. Adios.